The Lumex LF1050, LF1090. How to make a transfer from a seated position. Always explain the steps that you are taking to the resident. This will familiarize them with the procedure. Before making a transfer, always clear any obstacles in your way. Do not roll the lift over any items, such as power cords, during a transfer. For a seated transfer, a universal, divided leg, or toileting sling is easiest to use. Be sure that you have two caregivers. Caregivers should be on opposite sides of the seating surface. Always keep the resident being lifted centered over the base and facing the caregiver operating the lift. Using a universal sling. Position the sling behind the resident's back with the adjustment straps to the outside with loops at shoulder height. Move the lift slowly towards the resident and position the spreader bar over the resident's chest. Position the leg loops under and between the resident's legs. Cross leg loops through each other. Attach head loops to spreader bar, followed by middle loops and then leg loops. Lift the resident only high enough to clear the bed or chair during a transfer. Never put anything such as a cushion or pad between the resident and the sling. This may cause injury. If using a commode sling, the commode opening should fall where the buttocks meet the seat. Using a padded toileting sling. Position the sling behind the back with the two red pads under the arm pads and the single lumbar pad against the small of the back. Make sure the adjustment strap is on the outside. Cross the chest belt over the chest and secure using the buckle, adjusting for comfort as required. Position the leg loops under and between the resident's legs. Cross leg loops through each other. Move the lift slowly towards the resident and position the spreader bar over the resident's chest. Attach head straps followed by leg straps. Ensure that leg sections are positioned midway under the thighs to provide good support and greater comfort. Wheelchair to bed using a universal sling. Lock wheelchair wheels. Position the sling behind the resident's back with the adjustment straps to the outside with loops at shoulder height. Position the leg loops under and between the resident's legs. Cross leg loops through each other. Move the lift slowly towards the resident and position the spreader bar over the resident's chest. Attach head loops to spreader bar, followed by middle loops and then leg loops. Lift the resident above the wheelchair by using the hand control. Pull lift away from the wheelchair. Position resident over bed and lower resident onto it. From lying on the bed to a chair using a full body sling. Be sure that you have two caregivers. One should be on the opposite side of the bed. Resident should be in the center of the bed. Cross the opposite arm and leg over the body and roll them toward the railing. Slip the sling folded lengthwise on the bed behind the resident. The handle on the back section should face outward when the sling is fitted. Align the sling from the top of the head to just below the buttocks. Reverse this procedure by rolling the resident the other way. Raise the head of the bed if this function is available. Move the lift slowly toward the resident and position the spreader bar over the resident's chest. Attach head loops and then leg loops to spreader bar. Lift the resident above the bed by using the hand control. If you want the resident to be more upright during the transfer, choose a loop closest to the sling for the head area. Choose a loop farther from the sling for the leg area. Always match the colors of each top loop so that the resident is centered. Top and bottom loop colors, an example near the head and feet, do not need to match loop colors. For a more reclining position, choose loops farther away from the sling for the head area. From lying on the floor to a bed using a full body sling. Use the same process used when lifting from the bed. Place the sling under the resident. Carefully move lift spreader bar over resident's chest. Attach head straps, followed by leg straps. Transfer resident to bed and lower carefully. Reverse the sling application process to remove sling. Practice transfers from bed to chair, chair to bed. Familiarize yourself with the product features. This is key to smooth operation. Bend your knees, use your leg muscles, and align your body with feet apart so that your center of gravity is stabilized. Do not twist your spine. Know your resident's ability. This video should be used as a guide only. A manual was provided with your lift. This is also available online at www.grahamfield.com. If you have any questions, please call tech support 800-347-5678, extension 3454, or 800-235-4661, extension 3454. Collectively, your call or inquiry will be supported by over 50 years of medical industry experience. Or email Graham Field Support at tech@grahamfield.com.